Hi there, Hive here from Podiatry Hive. You're asking me why marketing is important? Kidding me? Yeah, so one of the analysis tools that we use at the Hive is the red, blue, black analysis of what activities that you're doing within your practice. And it's a really helpful way of identifying which activities that you're doing which are just admin, i.e. red, which activities you're doing that are generating the money right now, i.e. blue, and which activities that you're doing that are going to be predictors of your future profitability and future income, i.e. black activities. So the marketing that you're doing in your practice is a great predictor of where you're going to be going. And I kind of like looking at a marketing plan for a practice because I can look at that and see whether that practice is going to be staying still, whether they're going to be growing, or whether they're just going to be fading away. So one of the most powerful things that you can do to kind of check in on how your practice is going to be tracking over the next few months, next few years, is to do an audit. And that's something that I would advise every podiatrist owner actually goes and does. The best way of doing that is to start with the 30,000 foot view. And I like to think about marketing in a really broad sense, something that includes everything that communicates who you are, what you do, whether that's your shop front, whether that's the way you write your letters to GPs, whether that's your system for appointment reminders, orthotic recalls, or the way that somebody picks up the phone. And so if you can look at all of this from this 30,000 foot view, you can get a really good picture of where the potential holes are. Where are those potential new patients leaking out of your marketing system? The first place to start that audit is with your existing customers. Focusing on your existing customers is where you're going to have the greatest chance of getting the fastest results. The second area of focus is actually on your professional referrers and identifying where you can start implementing that strategy of selling through, not to. And it's really only once you've finished stopping up the holes in both the existing patients bucket and the professional referrers bucket that you should start to focus on your advertising. So when I do an audit with somebody, it's actually a three-step process. First step is a self-assessment, and the idea of that is to get the cogs turning. You go through a whole series of questions about your target market, your existing communication, and whether there are any specific goals around that. The second part is actually a one-to-one marketing planning session. And we go through that 30,000 foot view, chunking down to specific actions, with the idea of really nailing where to focus to get the biggest wins in the quickest possible way. Now at that point, we might actually have a fairly good broad outline for a marketing plan over the next 12 months. But the third stage is then review, because I asked you to go away and come back and present the fleshed out marketing plan for me to go and have a look at. I suppose the great thing about this is that the plan is going to be specifically for you because you're starting from a different place to everybody else. And chances are that the bigger picture strategic goals are going to be different as well. So you've got a different starting place and a different ending point. Clarity about where to focus, when to do it, and how to roll it out so that it fits in with your bigger picture strategic plan is what you're going to get out of doing this audit.
I've had lots of things in mind for quite a long time, but none have been implemented. But the marketing reviews just enabled me to actually have a look and prioritise and give me goals going forward, and chunking things down and getting everything where I want it. I've freed up some business time and I know what I'm going to do with that time now, and hopefully start seeing results very shortly.